Yeah, okay, so we'll kick off some Claude. I thought what we could do, and I don't know that you've used it yet, D man, and I haven't used it a lot, but I think the nice entry point for the agentic AI and for the workplace is going to be Anthropic or Claude Cowork, and then ChatGPT work has, from what I understand, has caught up pretty well too. So
All right, let's do it.
yeah, so I'm going to jump in. You guys can see my screen here. So now I'm on a Mac. I assume the setup is a similar on a PC, but I will say this: every time I've installed something on a PC, it hasn't gone as smooth. So we're gonna go Claude Cowork.
Here now, even before you jump into that too, give everybody so we can use this later a definition. What are the differences of Claude Cowork, and Claude Code?
Okay, so we'll even go like one step further. So most people you're used to using like an LLM, which is on your, let's just say it's on your phone and it's like your chat bot, and you have a question and you ask it and you talk to it, and then you start to like copy and paste some documents in there. So that's going to be like your LLM, and then the next step I would say is Cowork, like Claude Cowork or Claude Code. So what that's going to do is give tools and information to that. So Claude Cowork is geared towards like everyday people, or people that are at work, a nice UI, a user interface, a nice app where you can go in there and connect. Let's say you connect your email account. Let's say you connect your Dropbox account, and then you could say something like "build me a website," and it's going to build build a website. Or you could say like create this PDF, and it's going to go through create that PDF. It's going to use your computer to some degree to get the work done. It can use your browser, so you could log into your bank account and say like, hey, like I just did it to for 3 years of taxes. I said like reconcile my QuickBooks, and it did it. And that you couldn't do with just like an LLM is still the basis of it, but the what you're getting with Cowork and Claude Code is what they call a harness, which is kind of like putting it in a car and giving it arms so that it can go different places and it can accomplish different things.
Let's put a disclaimer too. If you're listening, when you're just starting out, don't give this stuff access to your bank account. Right?
I don't know. It's a good question. I did.
You did, but I'm just saying for everybody, the normal day people, baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's going to have their own line here. And as you get more comfortable, you're going to get more towards like maybe giving it access. Now, if you're using like the top of the line models, they also have layers in there. So like if it will be like, hey, we don't want to go in your bank account. So it's harder and harder every day to do something terrible, but yes, something terrible could happen. So we do back up everything that we use when we're using these tools. So like the first thing I would do if we're going to step back is like make sure you have a good backup of your computer. There's plenty of cheap places to do that. Maybe I just talked to somebody today. They're pretty involved in AI, but they just set up their own computer for it. That's fine. You can do that if you want to be like super safe, but I'd say that's more on the like on the like more like I don't want to use the word paranoid, but more on more sensitive to something like something bad happening.
Cool.
Uh, yeah. So we're gonna try Claude Code workout here. We use Claude Code. D Man started using it a few weeks ago. I've been using it for a few months. Claude Code is just like the raw, like this is for developers. This is like just like the straight in, and then Cowork is built on top of that in a way that it's like, okay, this is accessible to everybody. It's the easier to use, the more palatable. So we're gonna get started here with Cowork, and I have Mac OS, so I can click here to download. But I'm assuming I don't. Yeah, there's a version for Windows, so it's right here. So you just Google Claude Cowork, get started with Claude Cowork, and we'll download for Mac OS. I already have this, I assume, but I want to kind of go through the process. D-Man, anything you want to go over while this downloads?
No, I would just say, so basically, anyone listening to it's like, so Brent, are you downloading the desktop version that has the code, Cowork, and chatbot in one?
I think they all have that now.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, you can just download the desktop version, or you can use it. Well, I guess Cowork you have to use on desktop. Code and the other, though, you can use in the browser.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. I don't. I think everything can do everything, and if not, it'll do it soon. So that's the one other thing. They're using AI to create this software. So I there's updates every day. So it is hard for anybody to keep up. And I think both of them you can use on your computer is where you put them, and then you can access them through your phone.
Well, and you can, I was just messing last week, you can put the Claude Chrome extension right in your Chrome, and it'll just go on the websites for you and do whatever you need it to do.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the features that is most powerful right now. It is most life changing. Is what most people could use. Like you said, like who are we targeting this for? And it's like anybody with arms and a computer, I think, because once you give it access, once you attach the intelligence to a browser, like there's not much that it can't use. Like I won't use a computer without it on it now. The first thing I do when I get on a computer is I put on Claude Code or Cowork, and then when I want to get something done, I tell it, and it can use the browser to do it.
Now, this would be a good place to say, what are some uses? So say, I talked to a lot of people about AI, and they don't get it, like on what the use cases could be, like normal use cases, not like building websites and databases, but like in normal people's lives. What's a use case, say with employment or finding jobs or in your current employment or things like that, that you can, to get people thinking how they could use it themselves?
Yeah, so that's the two things, right? Like that I think that people are going to want to they're going to need. Like, what can I use this for, and how do I do it? And we're going to show you the how you do it, and we're going to help you think through on what you can use it for. And I can kind of just like speak to like use cases that I have done, and I'm constantly trying to think of new ways to use it. So anytime anything comes up, I'm naturally going, okay, how can I use AI? Okay, how can I use AI to do that? And so I wanted to show my sister AI, and explain it. So I said, hey, look, I had a boating license when I was 18. It's not a license; it's some sort of like safety course or something. And I was like, I don't know anything about this, but I said, look, I'm going to show you how what AI does. I have it connected to the browser, and I have it connected to my email. That's the only connections that I needed at that time. And I said, hey, I was at 18. I had this boating thing. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I lost the card. What do I do? Can you please reach out and get this taken care of for me? And I tell Claude to do that. It goes into the browser, looks on the internet, finds out about this boating stuff and what would have happened when I was 18, and found the people that could fix it, and it wrote an email to them. And now I had to put in the email some of my information, like my name, and then it sent the email. Those simple things. I tell it to do that, and then I go and I tell it to do something else, and I come back and it's done. It's like putting a pizza in the oven. You don't have to sit there with a blowtorch and heat that pizza up anymore. I get an analogy. It's like an oven. It's like, okay, I want you to go through my bank statement. So to download your bank statement, we'll be real safe here. Download your bank statement, put it in your computer, and um, say, hey, right, I have all these reoccurring charges. Boom. What do you want to do with them? Do you want to tell them? Do you want it to go out and send them an email to stop it? Do you want it to like ask you to? So it'll go through the whole process with you and log into those accounts and get it taken care of. Or it could just write you a list. So I think that's the difference with an LLM. You could maybe like the chatbot is just upload yourself and say, tell me the charges. On this, it could go give you access to your bank account, find a statement for you, and start emailing these places, logging into the accounts. You're gonna have to type in your login information. It's gonna prompt you for that. It doesn't like to do like secure things without your permission. And it's gonna take care of those charges. And it's going to do it like putting a pizza in the oven. And then it's going to go ding, and you're going to come back, and it's going to be done. Work-wise, I'm doing 90% of my work on it. Like there's not a task that it doesn't touch for me. D-Man, I don't know. I know you have some pretty good use cases. If you want to go through those, I'll pull up the Cowork app.
Yeah, I've been using more on the code side. I did use Cowork last week, though. So we use Go High Level, which is a CRM. And I needed to create an automation where we segmented based on time zone the area codes. So that's like, I don't know, 600 area codes I had to manually type in. So I did this on a Chrome extension and had to go through and it updated and created every single one for me, clicking on my computer. The thing with the Chrome extension, it went kind of slow. So it took a long time to do that, which it was like 600 things also, which I'd be curious to, on your side, when you do Cowork, it's on a desktop. Is that thing pretty quick or is it slow also?
It can be slow. I mean, I like the pizza analogy. Like you could probably cook that pizza faster with a blowtorch if you were standing over it. And you call it slow. But you went and did something else and got at least two things done. And if you put something else in the oven, you got three things done. So yes, slow is, I think it's kind of a relative term, like a 3D printer. Somebody says, how long did it take you to print? How long did it take me to set it up? Or how long was I sleeping while it was working?
I'll elaborate on it. So it was basically glitching on me because I think I had to do it too much. It's like the window was too large. So it would get done with like 75 zip codes, 75 area codes, and then it would just like freeze up.
Okay. Yeah. And that's some sort of quirk. Now, I had it set up here. I'm going to some inside baseball here. So we're using this StreamYard. I had it to share a screen. Okay. I'm back in. Okay. So we're getting window entire screen. I am working to get this here. So it has everything. So I apologize here. I'm not being able to share you the screen for this. Open settings, and they're all.
You know why? It's because you're on a Mac, man.
Now, I will tell you this. We're talking about use cases for AI, and we talk about it can be a little bit slow. So typically what I would do is open up Claude and say, fix this issue that I'm having. And it would have access to my computer, and it would do this for me. Everything that we have here today that we set up with this software, I don't know anything about it. Yesterday I said, I want to do a live with Bryan, and it set it all up. And so that's something too that you'll find out when you're using AI to do things. You kind of are building things that you don't understand. I don't know. D-Man, can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, I can. So I'm building stuff like I built a website that connected to API to like the Meta Ads Manager, Google Ads Manager, my BigQuery database, Go High Level, and all kinds of stuff. And basically, I'm achieving what a developer could achieve, and I'm not a developer, and I understand the fundamentals of what I'm putting together, but I don't know how it works. Like the back end, it's not like we're coding this and we understand how it works on the back end. It's like I understand what we built, but if it broke, I don't know if I can fix it.
and the thing I say about the broken don't fix, so when you're using AI, the thing that I say broken don't fix is um, you can just ask it to fix it. And like, there's really no problem that I've got into lately since Fable came out that it can't fix. But next model will get there and fix it. Um, I'll need to restart Chrome. So I'm running into a problem here where for me to share what I want to share, I have to restart Chrome.
Okay, so that's gonna kick you out and bring you back in a sec.
All right, we are no better off. Uh, we're no better off than we were.
Well, you were sharing the screen before. You can't do that. Like, click the share screen button at the bottom.
All right, here's what I'm about to do. I'm going to just open up Claude and have it fix it. So here, clear. I am running. So here's what I'm doing. I'm telling Claude I am running a live in Chrome and I can't share my screen. Please fix this issue using computer use. So hopefully it fixes it. So we're talking about use cases for AI. One great use case is fixing your computer. I can say I fixed my computer better and more times lately, and I just tell AI, "Hey, you have access to my computer. Fix my computer." So anybody that doesn't know how to use a computer should be using AI because AI knows how to use your computer really well.
Right. I picture AI too. It's like I joke around about it. It's like you type something in there, and there's like this team of people up on the freaking moon that are super smart. They're just doing it. It doesn't make sense how it knows all this stuff. It can do all this stuff. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's very crazy.
It's very crazy. Um, Computer use is currently locked by another Claude session code on this machine. So things are catastrophic here. I'm going to try and jump out one more time. I have all my settings. And I don't know why it why.
If not, I can share on my side too.
Yeah. Why don't you share on your side, D-Man? Let's just go through it. Let's just have some fun.
And I probably use Claude different than you use it. Let me bring it up here. So we're going to Cowork, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Cowork.
And you can add your screen on the StreamYard.
I can. So let me look here real quick. Projects, artifacts. I want to see if this.
My Claude is hacking, and I'm trying to hack around my computer to fix the issue because it can't use the actual screen, which it normally would use. So it's going to try and find another way.
You know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen and bring us over here. Let's see. You see my Claude?
Okay, so this is your Cowork here. Now, D-Man, you are on the web, right?
Well, no, this is a download. This is on my computer. I can also do it on a browser, though.
Okay, so mine, you're in Windows.
Windows, yep.
So let's just look at this. And okay, can you have a sidebar? Can you open the sidebar? Okay, so yeah, this is let's work with this. So this is Cowork here. So to get to this point, which we can stitch into the video when things are working a little bit better, it's very easy to download, right? Just go download the app, open it up, you get here.
Yeah, we'll just put the link in the description. It's like, yeah, you click the download link, it downloads this, and then it'll bring you here, which then you have home, which is chat or Cowork, and then you have code.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let's have some fun with this Cowork. So once you're in there, you can do a regular chat. So most people, and if you're not, it's probably the easiest thing to use, but is chat. So you can just that's your LLM. So you can say like, hey, what's the best food to eat to grow muscles or whatever. This is your godlike chat. You're talking
Kind
to
of like
someone.
everyone's using ChatGPT. It's basically the chat feature to research and do stuff.
That's your chat GPT. And then when you click Cowork, now we're into the more of the like I have access that it has access to your file system. Now you get approve access to different things. It's access to your file system. It will write code, use tools like let's call it a hammer and a saw to make it the simple analogy. It'll bring those to bear in that conversation. So if you ask it like, hey, I want to create a presentation for tomorrow, it can go in and find files that you have tied to it. It can go on the internet, find some information. It can save that stuff on your computer. It can do that. Now that's a really simple use case. Let's say that you said like, let me do a presentation on my. You have some software at your work that like your normal ChatGPT doesn't have access to. If we give it access to, which is one of the first things you want to do is give it access to Chrome, and then if you're feeling lucky, give it access to your computer. So when you do that presentation, it'll go log into the software, whether it's on your computer or it's on an internet website. It'll go in there and it can start to grab that information. So maybe we do an example of that.
Okay, what do we want to say? We want to say
Let's have it. Make sure that we go to get something that's. Let's do something easy like, D-Man, where do you order your groceries?
Giant Eagle.
Do you have an account with Giant Eagle?
No, but here let's say
Just say order me, I'm having a cookout. And I'm gonna have about 5 guests over. And I want to have a classic barbecue with some meat and some corn and some baked beans. I live in Bethel Park. I like to buy my groceries at Giant Eagle. Using Chrome, can you order these groceries for me? And I think I don't know, D-Man, if this feels natural to you yet, but this is where I want people to be. This is where I think it's at.
kicked me out. Let me get back in real quick.
And things are normally a lot easier than this when you're not trying to do it on the live for your first time.
Right.
And so you have Chrome use set up on here?
I don't know. I don't use Cowork that much, so we'll see. We can also do it right in this Chrome extension too, but I want to see what it does here.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's just have some fun. Like, I think there's maybe one person here watching us with us,
I think that's me.
and that's you.
Okay, so for about five guests, what do you want to have? We'll say burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Corn bake. Any preference on how they're prepared? Fresh corn on the cob. So we're gonna do that. So see, it's asking us questions also. And you know what I also do with my prompts? I usually tell it at the end, ask me questions to clarify and trigger these questions, but it's doing it automatically.
Yeah, 100%.
So we want to, all right, we'll say pick up for now.
Now pickup, just so we clarify, that's you're going to drive there. They're going to put it in your car.
Correct.
So
now we just put it in the oven.
Okay, so it's making the the list.
It's showing you. It's going to open it up, add burgers and dogs.
And the buns.
Okay, so we're going to use, I don't know what browser we're on. Pick via confirmation screen. Yeah, I don't know if this is monitor 1 or 2.
So I'm liking this thing.
The desktop view?
Yeah, I don't usually use the Cowork. It's something that.
Yeah, you usually play around in the terminal, right?
Yeah, the more like raw terminal.
Right. Because you're saying you can also do that in here. Right?
What's that?
Terminal or PowerShell.
I don't know. Can you do that?
No, you can't see it right now because it's only showing my one screen, huh?
Yeah.
Can you see this black box I just put up, or just Claude?
No, I don't see the black box.
Here, we're going to do share screen. Now you can see that black box, right?
I think I have to add the stage. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying you play around with it in here, like the PowerShell or terminal.
Yeah, you just type Claude in there, but yeah.
Yeah, so I like using this. This is just more user-friendly.
Yeah, I think this is the way that people are going to use these tools. Now we can't see what it's doing in the browser because we didn't
using Claude Code. I mean, using
If you go to your Chrome, can you watch this, or is it in a hidden Chrome?
Oh, name this browser so we can identify later. Say Office right screen.
And then what if you go to?
So now it was waiting on me there. So now look, it just opened this tab.
All right, cool.
So I'm going to allow it for this website. Just went to Giant Eagle.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, we're keeping it real Pittsburgh here. So, like, is this something, D-Man, I'm curious, is this something that you would do if you were having a cookout? Are you there yet?
I don't know if I would necessarily do this, but if I was looking for a job, I would use it like this.
Yeah, let's try that next. Like, I think that if you get to where do you enter into it? And I think you're right. Like, a lot of people might want to enter it in because they're looking for a job. I think that
because then it can go find the jobs and it can submit applications for you.
Yeah, and maybe we should do like just a video on that next.
Yeah, because that could make sense. Because how I got into it, I started using it in just a regular LLM. And then I started getting into a lot of data. Okay, so it said I found it. I've set the storage your pickup for today at 3. I noticed you're not signed in. Sign in the top right. You can see it's now that this red cursor is not me. That is Claude doing that.
Wonder what kind of beef it'll pick.
It's a good question because we didn't define.
I will tell you this, D-Man. When you go to pick up groceries that AI ordered for you, they actually taste better. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it makes like who says like, oh, it's going to be so fun to order the groceries today. And if you're that person, great. But I'm not. And when I order groceries like this, I love it. I love the groceries. I love everything about it.
Well, see, the thing with this is too, how I can see this working is because we gave it a vague description here. But if we went grocery shopping ourselves this week and then grabbed our receipt and we saw the things that we order every single week, then it's repetitive. It's like, okay, hey, order me this every week on Friday for the next week.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is like the gateway drug, I think, is you just do this and now your stuff's in there. Like you might have 3 different places that you order, and that's great. And you might just say like, hey, who has the cheapest corn this week? And it will go find it. Or like you said, you could just say, hey, I use Giant Eagle, I use Aldi's, and I use this. Go on these websites, I'll log in and see what I normally order from them, load up a cart, ask me some questions. Because it might say, like, hey, you just bought like 24 paper towels. There's no way that you went through 24 paper towels. Are you sure you want me to order you these again? Or it might say, like, hey, you ordered eggs. These eggs, it will think they only last however long eggs last.
Right.
Let's get you some more eggs, brother.
Or
And
even for like vacation, if you're like, hey, I want to go to Outer Banks, but I want you to look on VRBO or Airbnb and find me a 4-bedroom house that is a swimming pool in this price range, 1 block away from the beach.
yeah, and I think that gets into a place where things are crashing together. Like OpenAI has their way of doing it where it's like we will allow like you to add connectors in of like Airbnb. So if you're in like ChatGPT, you see connectors. Like I think like Airbnb might be a connector, so you can do some searches through that. Um, and that's great. And I think Anthropic probably has connectors in this Claude Cowork. I think we can.
Oh, they definitely do because I connect to all kinds of stuff.
So it's really easy to connect some of these things. So you can do that. But what I really like,
Right here.
and what I really like is you can just say, hey, here's my browser, my computer, and do it. There's a force multiplier that I like to use too. Is like after this or even before, you could ask it what tools, and that's something you got to get used to. You're using AI. It's this little like chat guy, and then you're giving him tools and things. But you can ask him like, what would be good? Which tools should I use? And it'll
Right.
do a good job of telling you like, hey, I want to order groceries. What tools? Or I want to. You're saying you want to go for you want to go to the Outer Banks. Hey, guy, what tools would help you do this? And the more complicated tasks you get, the more those tools help.
Huge. Because I just built a tool for myself. It's like a health tracker that tracks your macros and stuff. And I was able to connect it to Apple, my Aura watch, this watch for sleeping, and my Apple Watch. And it pulls all my stuff in there. Plus, it connected to the food database, which has all the macros for the US. So it's able to pull from all those places into one place for you.
And just to be clear, like you're talking about, you made an application that then has access to those things.
Right.
And there's also the layer of, hey, I gave the LLM access to those things. When you were building, the LLM had some sort of understanding of those things and then connected those into a software.
Well, yeah, to your point, I asked it, what tools do I need? And it said, we need to make this. We need GitHub and we need Cloudflare. So it's like, okay, I want to make this tool. What do we need to make? It says GitHub, Cloudflare. And I'm like, okay, how do I set those up? And it walked me through each one to set them up step by step and told me how to connect to it. And then I was able to build on top of that.
Now, I want to stop there just to say, when you said it walked you through the step by step, did you tell it like, hey, you have Chrome, you set this stuff up, I don't know what I'm doing, you wanted GitHub and Cloudflare, I don't know what those mean, go set those up? Did you do that, or did you like go through the process?
I went through the process because I was using Claude Code.
In Claude Code, all you get to do is put in the Chrome extension, say, hey, you do it. Like it doesn't love to use Chrome in computer use. So
Right.
A lot of times you have to say, hey,
yes,
you do this.
we got our menu, our checkout.
Almost.
Yep.
So then we put it in the oven. Look, now this is so you used Fable, I assume?
Sonnet. I'm not even using Fable.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that a little bit. I'm not too happy that you use Sonnet. But
Well, neither am I, but
let's look up here. It even gave us chips. Those are the things that you see, and you understand that you're not dealing with you're dealing with some sort of intelligence.
right.
You want that on your side. And this Sonnet, let's just as far as the intelligence, because what we're using here is intelligence with tools. This Sonnet is like dog water.
It's like third grader.
Yeah, I think dog water is the appropriate term.
Right.
So it's ranked like very far behind the top. It's in
which is also the cheapest.
Well, we could get in that plan it is, but relative to, it's not that cheap actually. It's an overpriced.
Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. So I look at it like if I'm going to do something stupid like rewrite an email or something, I'm normally doing like Sonnet or Opus. But if I'm doing something more complex, I use Fable for almost everything except for like something like this doesn't take much brain power.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, this is something that we have to look at. So whenever you're doing something like ordering groceries, you could look at it like this isn't a hard task. I just want to use the cheapest, because you get into this whole world of how they charge, which is by usage, and by usage of which model you use. And so the Sonnet being the cheapest and the second cheapest, is Haiku should still show up.
Yeah.
And Haiku is really not it not for when we're talking about like computer use and stuff. I don't think
$30 water.
Yeah, I wouldn't really use it. That's going to just give you like a real fast answer. It's kind of like the guy that like you put a gun to his head and started asking him questions. He's going to tell you answers really quick. But I like, maybe they're trustworthy. Maybe that's a bad example, because if I had a gun to my head, I'm trying to be truthful. But he doesn't. He's not truthful.
Right.
Sonnet is like, it's a good thing for agents. So if you built something and maybe something like this, you give it good instructions, it might be able to follow that pretty well. Opus is pretty darn smart. Opus, I would say, is kind of like the Opus and Fable. You get to a point right now where, depending on what the task is, one could be better than the other. Now, Fable's twice the price, and Opus is half the price of when we're up there on the usage. So Opus, if I'm using it like on a computer, I'm going to like at least be using Opus. But for me, I'm actually personally always using Fable, and it's just going to be what effort level. So you pick a model, and then you have an effort level.
Yeah, now run through the effort levels. What the difference is here.
So I can talk about like Fable, where I think it really is very, very noticeable. So Fable, if you want to build an application and it's very, very thought through, and like you're going to be making money on that thing, you want to use the best model, and it's going to be significantly better, significantly more thought through, significantly more detailed. When I say significantly more detailed, it's like this example of us ordering our food, it put the potato chips in. It did not give us ketchup. It did not give us mayonnaise. It did not give us lettuce. Okay. Those are the things that Fable 5 Max would have given us. Fable 5 Max would have probably also like price shopped, or it would have just zoomed out more and then also like went in detail. Fable 5 Max, the effort level is like how much time are you going to work on this problem, and the more time. So if you, we'll kind of start over. What's the effort level? If you gave your employee a task, you said, I need this in an hour. You said, hey, I need you to research this business venture, and I need that in a half an hour. That's like effort level low. If you say, hey, I want you to measure this business venture, and I want it to take like, give me like a month of research, that's like a max. So
right.
That's how much time, in essence, how much time. And so you're going to expect a much more detailed response, a much more detailed product, much more correct product from the Max.
Right. And so how I look at it too, it's like, if we looked at the regular chat, I would say, I'm having a cookout. Here's what I'm doing. What do I need to order? That's going to give me the list. Cowork, same prompt, you can say, but it's going to give me the list and it can order it for me. Code, like in this scenario, would be like, I don't know. I don't even think this would be a good use case for code, because code would be like, connect and make me my own tool that will do this automatically for me and track my calories or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could maybe look at it like that. Like, I'm going to use code just because that's the interface that I'm used to, so I can do everything that I can do in Cowork. And so code would be like, yeah, maybe like you said, I want to create, download a list, make it into a database, and I want to be able to query that database. I wanted to add it to it. I want to be able to whatever you want to tie it into another application of everything that you've ordered. That's not a bad example.
Right. Yeah. So just so people listen, it's like, okay, that like you wouldn't use code to just ask questions like that.
I do, so I don't want to say like, but you don't need it. It's
Normal
like,
people.
yeah, it's like taking a Ferrari to go get your groceries. It's
Well, but
fine.
you're also
Do it.
only using this too, then, right? The terminal.
What's that?
You're also only using this.
Yeah,
So,
you can do anything in that Claude Code that you can do in Cowork, pretty much.
so
Um,
which the difference I'm thinking is here I have the toggle buttons between, like, I can chat. Like if I made a new one, I choose chat or Cowork. But in here, you're just talking, so you're just in code all the time, right?
yeah,
You
I'm
do
always
the others.
yeah, I'm always in the code version. But I like this. Like, I'm going to give this to the workers. Like my kid or my kids, I give them Claude Code. I'm like, learn this. This is, you might as well like just get into the. I want you building video games. Like, I'm not going to give somebody Cowork that wants to make a video game. It's
Right.
not to say they couldn't make a video game in either. They could. It's but I want them to get more into that coding environment than in this like, hey, I want to order groceries. I don't want to open up terminal. Even though terminal is very simple, this is this is prettier. This is more like palatable for people.
Here, let's see here. So let's do code. Let's see what it does in this environment with the same thing. I use Whisper app to audio text it. So we're going to say, I want to have a cookout this weekend with 5 people. I want you to use my browser, or let me know a better way to do it, to order from Giant Eagle. I live in Bethel Park. Ask me any additional questions you need to order this for me. And then we're just going to run it on Opus. So this is code on this browser, how to do it. Let's see what it does. What do you think it's going to do?
I was going to do pretty much the same thing.
You think it
So
will go to I don't know if it will go to my browser though in this way.
yeah, and so just to kind of like break down it simplistically, what we're looking at here when we're talking Claude Code and Claude Cowork. Claude Code is like the harness, and like Cowork is just like sitting on top of that harness. So Claude Code is like the instructions on like, hey, so
Look at this. Look what it just asked us before, like we were talking about. We're now on the higher level.
we're now in Opus. So yeah, do you want beer? Yeah, we want beer. Like this. So that's the difference between a level for sure. So the first one just
Do
gave
we
us.
need a vegetarian option, a gluten-free option?
Well, I mean, maybe these days
Well, I mean, that's smarter.
it's definitely being smarter, and that's not. I don't think. I think that's an Opus versus Sonnet.
Right.
And
Yeah, agreed. Okay, allow Claude to list connection browser. Okay, we'll allow it.
it should be. It should be the same thing. It's like they both have the same engine, right? Like in Claude Code, you're like kind of just sitting on the engine, and like Claude Cowork, you kind of like have a nice vehicle built around it.
Okay, so it says it made a thing for me to choose from. Okay, boom. So so it is using my browser. Okay, Office right screen, connect.
And now it's gonna see like, hey, wait a minute, some other robot was here ordering.
Yeah, let's see what it does.
It it'll do something. It'll do something intelligent. It's not gonna crash.
And you can make this auto approve too. I know you showed me that before, versus like some people when they're starting probably want to have this pop up every time for them to approve each action.
Yeah, because things have gotten better. Like early on, you probably didn't, you wanted to see if it was going to delete your whole computer, and like that doesn't happen as much. And I want to say something too, like because we could branch out on like maybe more structured videos if we want in the future. But like OpenAI, ChatGPT, they have their own version of this. I haven't used it because it's like, look, I have a Explorer, Ford Explorer. Why do I need to try the Chevy version? But from what I understand, they're pretty similar, and it's going to be very easy to use. I know some people are kind of like religious about like I use ChatGPT, I don't want to use Claude, or vice versa.
Yeah. And what's good today is not good tomorrow. So it's like me personally, Claude's what I'm using now also. But in 2 months, it's like you got to use what's best for your use case.
Yeah, it's no doubt that they'll all have little. It's definitely like a this at least right now. So if you can try and stay ahead of things, you can't really be religious about it. And I think the best people are using all.
Right. It's a lot to wrap your head around it. So I guess the first thing, so see now, look, this is opening it in the back end. It's not opening it. Oh, it is opening it here too. But you see, it's grabbing these screenshots inside of this browser and code. 2 blockers, you're not signed in. Store is correct. The surprise, there's only 13 items in there. Let's say replace all.
I like it. Gave you the yeah. I like how it can. I mean, what gets me, D man, and like, yeah, like, do we have businesses that are running 90% on AI? Yes, we're doing that. Like, I spend my days doing that, and at night, or like even if I'm working and I'm working and I want a hoagie, I just have it order it. That is still. I love this, and I don't think that people know that this is possible, and I think they want to know.
Right. And this is just like one thing. It's like this is like the basics kind of what it can do for you too, which is cool. So I guess the recaps, we gotta run here shortly. Brand, they gotta download the app, start playing around with it, play around with the chat version and the Cowork version, and then next time we can build onto that. What you can do next.
Yeah, and I think we have a few minutes left, so I'm going to try and shove it in here, because the way that I would say it, just a little bit differently.
Look at that! It found me a promo. Save $20 on $20.
All right, that's what I was going to ask, because this is where people are always saying, like, this is great, saves 20% promo. Okay, so people are going to say, like, well, it cost me $20 to buy this. Okay, let's just talk about this. You just saved time. You just ordered better groceries, because I don't care who you are. When you're having a cookout, you forgot something and you're running back to get it. You're not running back to get something here. And so you save time that you didn't know you saved. You saved $20 or 20%, whatever, going towards your $20 a month subscription. This was just something that we do every day. And we didn't even ask it yet to go online and find more promos, to find more coupons. We didn't ask it to do that.
Right.
We didn't ask it to say, hey, I'm paying $20 a month for you, robot. Go do your job and find these groceries the cheapest place in Pittsburgh. That's what you're into. Like,
yeah, because we told it to go to Giant Eagle versus just, hey, go find us the best.
Yeah, give it your location and say, hey, look, here's where I'm at. Calculate based on gas. My time's worth this. You can get crazy. You can get real crazy. You can get your $20 back. But I know $20 is $20, but like if in a whole month, if you can't save or make $20 from this,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Now, do you only have one Cowork thing running at a time on your computer, right?
No, I don't use Cowork, so I'm using. I don't know how many Coworks you can have with Claude Code. I'll have like 10.
Same. I'll do a bunch with the Claude Code because I could see this. It's like this would make using Cowork would make me debate on having a second computer beside me, so I can have this running because it's changing my screens and everything. You know what I mean? Versus Claude Code, I can just run them in different tabs.
Yeah, and so what I want to do with this to the next level here is we're talking about computers here. And so, like, yes, you have to put this on a computer. And I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is. And that's going to be, for a lot of people, that's going to be the bottleneck. So if you don't have
Technically, you can have it on your phone.
well, not all the features that we're talking about. So you still have to have that computer on, right? Like to do this, like we did this, or the way that we're telling people to do this, like set up your Claude Cowork. Once it's on your computer, now, D-Man, go into your phone. So you have the app, which is the Claude app. So once you have it on your computer, then you definitely have it on your phone.
Right.
So that's going to be what, like dispatch? How do you, when you go in your phone right now and you look at Claude, does it have access to what's going on here?
I don't know if this one will because I didn't put it on a cloud vert.
Well, you're talking Claude Code speak here. So on this, I think this is going to be co-work in the app or dispatch.
So the Cowork, let's see here. The Cowork is on my phone automatically. The Claude is not.
Okay. So like I'm going to put it out here because if we do another video that's more structured on what we did here today, first thing is get your co-work on your computer on a computer. Your computer, put co-work on your computer. Attach it to Chrome. Give it computer use if you'd like. That way it can get to the internet and you can get to anything on your computer. Then we get that running here, and then we bring in the phone. We layer the phone on, and now you can do this. So whenever you have this computer on all the time and you're out there fishing, maybe you like to fish, maybe you have some cell service, and you're like, hey, I'm fishing, but tomorrow I'm going to need to go to the grocery store. So you just hit the thing and say, hey, I need to order groceries from Giant Eagle. Find me the best price, whatever you want to do. Get me some promos, get me some coupons, and whatever you say to it, and say, do it. And then you're fishing, and maybe you catch a fish, you get it, you come back, you look, everything's done. And then maybe you ask a question like, hey, you know what else? I would like to add this to it. Or, whatever. I want to do my taxes. And then you go back to fishing.
Dude, like how long would it take me to add 28 items into this and look around?
I don't know.
But like 45 minutes probably. You know what I mean?
I love the oven analogy. Like
Yeah, that is a
it's
good
like
one.
you give it the ingredients, or you give it what, hey, this is what I want done, and you put it in the oven, and it will be a microwave. It will be a microwave in a few months. And you have the microwaves, the Sonnet. Like it did what we wanted it to, but it didn't really make a party. It said, hey, do you want to make this a real big party with condiments and beer? It's like, yeah, I want a party with condiments and beer. I don't just want the baked
Right.
bean.
Look at this. We got 31 items now.
Yeah. And what, we got 20% off too, right? This time.
Right.
So D-Man, I love it. I think we're coming up on time here. So thank you for putting this. Thank you for putting this together and pushing for it. We'll have to think about how we can spread the word. And I don't know.
I think, well, look at this grocery list. It's like this has even opened my eyes too to things that I don't use, because I use Claude different than you use it too. So that's what's going to be interesting to see. That's the thing, is like so many different ways to use this stuff, you know?
Yeah, and I think when you get to the point of you're using it for groceries, whenever your boss says like, "Hey, I want to do this," or you're looking for a job, you're just instinctively grabbing for it, and that instinctively grabbing for agentic AI, and I could be wrong, but for me, that's the skill set that I'm working hardest to build.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, anything you got to do, it's like, hey, can AI help me with this? That's what you got to think.
Yeah, and usually the answer is yes,
Right.
and if it's no, it's like it's not yet.
Well, and also, can it help me with it, or is it going to have me make this tool and waste 8 hours for something I could have done in 20 minutes? Like some people get too involved with the building also.
Yeah,
Which is another topic.
yeah, the giving you dopamine and you're sitting there spinning your wheels in the parking lot, which can be fun and it's a way to learn. It's a
Right.
good way to learn that what's possible and to be grabbing for it. But